What I find most important is that it is the fans who keep the band alive.
Doesn't matter where you came from, it doesn't matter where you've been in life or who you've been a fan of before.
It's not just 21 Pilots, that is Josh and Tyler, it's everybody that's a part of it. It's the fans, it's not just them, it's the fans that are part of that title.
For our final year of school, we had to film this big project.
Our dream production that we could think of to do would be going after a band that means so much to us, a favorite band. Like, who wouldn't want to do something like that?
We had the idea of the Emotional Roadtrip.
And I was like, hell yeah, let's do it. What do we have to lose?
It's not impossible. You know, it just so happened that they were going on tour, starting a new tour, Emotional Roadshow. And it was kind of perfect in the fact that it was during the summer. We would have the time to go and do a little road trip and follow them around. And we did. And this is something we've created now, and it's real.
I think this is one of the most bands I've heard that actually have meaningful music that you can relate to, because a lot of bands are just anything that can sell, and they have a lot more meaning to them. They care a lot more about their music than most people do. And I really enjoy that about them, because you don't get that out of a whole lot of people. So it's nice to finally hear something new and interesting like that.
Amazing live, so I'm happy to see them again.
This is my first time, so I'm like stoked about this.
I have anxiety and OCD, and it just mainly the themes of the songs help me a lot.
I really like The Judge. I like the whole meaning behind it.
I like Kitchen Sink. It's amazing that that's even on the set list.
Kitchen Sink though.
Yes.
What's your favorite song?
I like Cake by the Ocean.
Holding on to you.
Taking over my body back, controlling my shadow. But a lot of me was lost to you, crossing eyes and dotted. Thought a lot, seems a lot, but she's all I got. Not anymore, flesh out for a spot. Must have forgot, you can't trust me. Open a moment, closing the show before you know I'm lost at sea. Have the right to think about it when the story unfolds. You should take my life, you should take my soul.
We got here at around 8 o'clock last night and camped out right there.
Well, to me, I guess it's mostly they just stand for and then that's all that matters.
I really like how they don't like follow a crowd, you know, like they
do
write
their own
what
thing.
they want to write, and
they don't care what anybody thinks of them.
Yeah.
My left side brain, you are surrounding all my surrounding, twisting kaleidoscope.
The music just totally drives home so many really important messages that kind of are overlooked in today's society. A lot of people, we're getting better with the spectrum of mental illness and the spectrum of all the problems that we go on with our lives. However, recently and like in times past, mental illness hasn't really been seen properly. And a lot of us, I know, have found like a solace through 21 Pilots and realizing that like maybe what we're going through isn't abnormal, and what we're going through is not just me, it's other people in this world, other people who celebrate music and who celebrate 21 Pilots. And to me, seeing them for the 11 times, it's simply because they have helped save my life, they have helped give me the confidence that I have today. I am motivated to go to my film and acting program in September because of these boys, and they've helped me discover who I am and what I want to do, and I'm here paying for my ticket to thank them and to support their career because they've given me so much.
Who's excited for tonight's show?
Don't forget about me. Don't forget about me. Even when I doubt you, I'm no good without you. No, don't forget about me. Don't forget about me. Even when I doubt you, no good without you.
So Toronto is our next show.
It's just around here.
Yeah, I think you turn in here.
So 21 Pilots, they have introduced me to so many different perspectives. I was just kind of a person who didn't really think about things that much. I was just like, okay, whatever, that's that and whatever. But now I understand people better. I never really tried to understand where they're coming from, try to take on their perspective. I would just kind of ignore their own situation. But now I feel like I can definitely relate and understand to people more, and a lot of my friends right now I've met through 21 Pilots, just internet stuff. The fan base, the Skeleton Clique, is so welcoming. Everybody's a different person, but we can still somehow like get together and relate to one another and just get along like we've known each other forever.
So excited for the show. We've driven a very long time to be here.
I've known about 21 Pilots for just over a year, and we've already had this much of an impact.
Incredible impact.
So the Few the Proud emotional project kind of sparked from a previous project, which was the Thank You Project. During their older shows before Blurry Face was released, we had thank you signs that we would hold up during trees. Few the Proud emotional, it was originally going to be held up during Fairly Local, but since they didn't play it for all of the shows, we do it during Goner, and I honestly feel that's more fitting than Fairly Local for some reason. It feels right. It's like a slower song. We just hold up our signs and cry and hold hands and just scream about being the Few the Proud emotional, and it's, yeah.
Gone. 'Cause
Honestly, every time I see 21 Pilots, I think it's going to be the same, but they always somehow manage to outdo themselves, and it just leaves me with a feeling like you can't describe. My favorite part would have to be holding up Josh or doing the medley. During Truce, he talked about how like fans will always keep it important, and it was something that kind of like hit home for me, and kind of like it really like made me feel something.
We had a lot of inspiration from the band cinematographer, Mark.
I remember sitting in class with Laura, watching Mark's highlight reels and just being so inspired by it and like wanting to create something like that.
We actually got to see him work a little bit while we were on our road trip, which was really amazing. We got to meet him, we got to talk to him, you know, we got to tell him that we're doing this, and we basically got to talk to one of our idols and who encouraged us to do something like this, create something like this. Because of him, part of us probably thought this wasn't impossible.
It's not just Tyler and Josh that inspire people, it's also their crew, and that's really unique in this fandom.
We went into this without any sort of fundraising or accessibility to the band. We ended up bringing in cameras to the shows like normal fans, and through this documentary, we filmed it from a fan's perspective. Show people that you don't have to have a professional accessibility to the venue, to the band, in order to pursue something you love.
You know, every time we picked up our camera, it felt right. It felt like we were doing something great.
I love 21 Pilots. Recently, for my 16th birthday, I just got lyrics from Glowing Eyes tattooed on my shoulder. I got "We live for the nights to court, reveals what we dream of," and I think it's like really important to me. I have learned a lot from like this clique, and I've learned a lot from them as people. Probably thank them for being who they are and doing what they do, especially because like I know how many people they've helped.
I mean, I've been looking forward to this since the last concert. You come together not knowing anyone, but you still end up like knowing each other. Like you connect real easily with everyone.
I've always wanted to talk to Tyler about his like spiritual experiences and like kind of how that's shaped his music starting out and how it still influences him today. That's what I'd want to know most.
I'm so pumped for tonight.
Hope you're dead, cause how could you sleep at a time like this? People, they rhyme like this, we're all impressed by this. They rip it, flip it, but these are just triplets. Wrote this in 3 minutes, 3 words to a line. It's just poetry divided. I'm the kind of guy who takes every moment he knows he can fight it. In music to use it, for others to use it. You're dead, cause how could you sleep at a time like this?
We're from Colorado, and we've been here for well over 24 hours after driving 19 to get here. Everyone's so passionate, and because we're all passionate about the same thing, it's like we all immediately have something in common together. It's just a really cool community to be a part of.
This is the first place we saw them together. 3 years later, we're back. It's the most supportive fan base. It's amazing to see all these people out here waiting, and you make so many friends, and it's just a great place.
21 Pilots is like the first band I've ever really like related to their songs. A lot of bands have kind of all the same songs about like relationships or whatever, but this one's actually like
real,
speaks to
real
I
deal.
guess. Yeah.
Help me down. Those stairs is where I be on all my problems. Help me polarize, help me out. My friends and I, we got a lot of problems. We will sway, oh no. Help me polarize, help me out. My friends and I have problems. Help me polarize, help me out. My friends and I have problems. Help me polarize, help me out. My friends and I to be a better brother, better son. I wanted to be a better brother, better son. I wanted to be a better brother, better son.
My name is Taylor Eastman. I'm from Michigan. I got into them like, I want to say like almost 6 months ago now. It was a pretty recent thing. I was really struggling a lot with like my mental health. I have pretty much my entire life, and their lyrics to a lot of their songs kind of relate to that. And I don't know, they really grabbed me with that. And I felt like they're very real people. They're not, you know, they're just normal people. You can really tell with them, and I really like that about them. My favorite song is probably Addict with a Pen. That one is about kind of like the struggle that he has with his faith, and that's something else that I've had a lot of issues with as well, so I really like that one. That definitely has had an impact on my life. I don't know, when I listen to their music, I feel really safe. I wear their shirts like around my house. That's like my safe. Like when I'm having like anxiety or like I'm feeling like really down, I put on one of their shirts and I feel really safe in them. They've given me like a place to feel like it's okay to be what I am. And you know, I used to like self-harm and stuff, and I was kind of looking around, and this is the only place that I've ever felt comfortable being around people and like having it open. Like usually I try to kind of hide it, but here it's just, I feel like people understand, and it's amazing that they created that kind of environment. It's just amazing. That was probably the best concert I've ever been to. I've never been that close to anybody before, so that was pretty cool, but also just, again, the environment, the atmosphere that they create is amazing. I cried a little bit, definitely cried a lot towards the end. Tyler puts so much emotion into his songs that you can't look at him and not feel a little bit of something. You can really tell that with this music, he's put everything that he has is going into this, and that's amazing and very rare. I honestly think about meeting them like quite often. It makes me kind of tear up just because like being able to tell Tyler what he's given me, like, sorry, I'm gonna cry. What he's given to me like through his words it would mean a lot to me. Like I just want him to know that there have been times where I really didn't think that it was worth it anymore, and he's helped me get through that a lot just with what he says, and being able to tell him that would be amazing.
We decided to participate in the Fear Will Lose project. It's a project during cardio. They really meant something to me. They weren't just lyrics. At that time I realized like songs weren't just songs, and if it weren't for 21 Pilots I wouldn't have met like these two right here, and they're like amazing friends.
Well, my girls became fans probably back in July. This is their band and the music speaks to them. They play it all the time, they listen all the time, the lyrics mean a lot to them, and it makes them really happy. The words have a lot of meaning to them. Car Radio is one of my daughter's favorite songs. It means a lot to her. They got to be one of the people holding the platform, I guess, that Tyler Joseph brings out and stands on, and I'm a big supporter of 21 Pilots as well. My husband and I love them as well.
I really just appreciate like the time and effort that they put into their music, because it's so different than any other of the songs that you like hear on the radio and whatnot. Because they definitely work really, really hard. I mean, it's really just the two of them.
Being a part of this fandom, you can hang out with anyone. Like,
yeah, everyone's so accepting.
We brought a ukulele today. We just started jamming.
It's almost like we all know each other already, because we can just bond over the music and stuff. So, yeah.
saw them on the Blurface tour. I didn't think that I could love them more, but I was like, I need to see them again, especially with my friend Sophie and Jack, Sophie and Jack. I feel like everybody has been going through something different that they've used their music to help them with. Everybody's here for like a different reason, but it's for the same premise. Just look around.
It's cool to see that.
It's cool, like what we've like created. I'm so happy to like be a part of it.
It was just something different. It was just kind of a moment like these guys are saying something that means something, and I just wanted to be a part of it. I was saying this earlier, I feel like anyone who really cares about 21 Pilots is a good person. This is my 17th show. Yeah, so I kind of made a goal to myself that I wanted to see them 21 times in 1 year, so this is the first time I've seen them in America, though, so it's my first time.
So I'm taking my time on my ride. Oh, I'm falling. So I'm taking my time on my ride.
21 Pilots means way more than just your average like music. To me, it's like the people. It's the like crew itself. It's the, it's the whole vibe that you get. Even just waiting in line for 13 hours, like you meet some wonderful people. I got here at 4 a.m. and the first thing that happened was I got to go stand and talk to a bunch of people who I've never met in my entire life. I mean, it's just an incredible feeling when you all come together for one purpose, and that purpose is finding yourself through music. Being part of this fandom is extraordinary. I mean, you get all these people in one room and they're all here for the same reason. Like how many times can you say that? Like you see other bands, but they're all there for different purposes. Like some people might not like each other, but we all love each other. Like we all want to support each other. We're all here to help each other grow and to help each other find purpose in life. And I think that's just such a cool thing to do. You line up with 500 other people and you're all here because you want to see this band, you want to see them grow, and you want to watch yourself grow. And like I just think it's an amazing thing. You meet some of your closest friends through this band and through this fandom and through everything that happens, and I honestly wouldn't trade it for the world. But I'm also just really excited to, like, when the emotions start kicking in, being able to look over to my best friend on the left and just be like, whoa, like, we're here, like, we're doing this. Like, how many times can you say that you're standing next to some of your favorite people, seeing your favorite people live? Like, that's exciting. I'm looking forward to that.
When I first saw them live, like I hadn't heard any of their music, and I had no idea who they were. Their performance was just so good. Their songs were great too, and just like the whole thing, like that's what really got me into them. To see something like this, to see people fighting their way to the front of a line like this and showing up. One guy was here at 8 a.m. the previous day. To see that, it was honestly amazing. I'm so happy that they've made it this far.
Anxiety and depression. I never really knew how to verbalize a lot of what's been going on in my head, or I've been trying to shut up about it because it makes people uncomfortable. And the music's kind of given me a way to verbalize how I'm feeling and how things are happening in my brain, and saying it's okay that you're struggling, but we're here with you through it, and that's really comforting to know.
This music, more than anything, has gotten me through a lot of really hard times. It's definitely inspired me a lot. I wasn't so big with my art, but until I got into them, people that I've never met cared about getting to know who I was, and that's like, that's what's cool about the Quake and what's cool about what they've done for their fans.
We'll make you queen of everything you see.
I'll put you on the map. I'll cure you of disease.
The whole experience of this Emotional Road Trip documentary has blown my mind.
A lot of people go through so much and are able to just let it all go when they get there.
This whole thing is really unique because it's purely about the fans. There's the reaction and the impact and the wave, and that all comes together in the message that this band has. That's what we're trying to show.
Maybe even have Tyler and Josh see in the future, maybe make them happy like it's made their fans happy. They are a big part of these people's lives, and we hope we were able to show that in all of this.
A small idea that comes from one person can impact so many people in such a large way. It can change lives, it can create new things.
Show them that it's a bigger thing through lyrics and music, and we kind of grow through it together instead of alone.
So are you. We'll see you